I haven't done a whole lot of comedy for people. That's one of the difficult things about the type of comedy that I do. It doesn't lend itself well to doing in public. And so that makes it difficult for me to earn a reputation as a popular comedian. But it doesn't mean that I'm not a comedian. And so, I hold that in my heart, and I'm able to say that with confidence, that my form of comedy, my school of comedy, I say it's really the school of comedy that I'm a part of. It transcends me. It's bigger than me. That's what I'm saying. And I'm such a small piece of it that I don't even think I'm capable of defining my role in it because I'm so small compared to the vast corpus of the comedy that I participate in. And it should be funnier. It's the type of punchline that takes a long time to build up to. And that's a defect. A lot of people would say that was a defect. And, that's part of the type of comedy that I do is a defective sort of comedy. That's my personal style, is to be defective at it. And you can't really take that away from me, right? So that's where I persist as a comedian. And then the topics I like to cover are the topics that make people like really uncomfortable. Hence the fact that I don't do it very often in public, right? So the uncomfortable comedy that I like to do is restricted to a certain venue, which is the online venue. That's where I get to share my comedy now with other people. But I don't do it as a traditional stand-up routine. I do it more as a scrapbooking memento sort of personality. See, there's a difference between personhood and personality. For an online personality that does have a personhood behind it, there's definitely a distinction between the two. The non-comedic me isn't the me that is projecting statements online. So my stand-up routine online has been what it's been. And that's, I can stand by its defectiveness, as my own kind of esprit de corps that I have with the tools I use in my comedy routine. And so people are like, well, we're really fucking bored with you just talking about yourself, right? So comedy's supposed to be bigger than your just self-obsession. And so what are some funny observations, right? So you start to boil comedy down. It's like, well, it's got to be this sensory experience where people are really tuned in to the message that's being conveyed by the comedian. It's something that maybe they can be familiar with. It might have a punchline. There is an actual science to it, right? Ultra-Orthodox comedians reject the science part of comedy, okay? And that's what makes it as difficult as it is to walk this particular path. And I don't... you rarely are going to see an ultra-orthodox comedian in public. They don't do public comedy because the ultra-orthodox part of their comedic beliefs automatically make people, it alienates them from the population. So it's very difficult for these comedians to have an opportunity to convey their messages of funniness because they're not able to hit the punchline before people are wanting to evict them from the space. And so what are the uncomfortable, parts of ultra-orthodox comedy? And, I know Dustin Kaufman probably knows.